Welcome to Mini Stories, where we will be listening to Reddit stories. Husband is melting down over gender disappointment. I am 13 weeks and 5 days, and we had our first trimester screening last week with an NIPT test. We sprang for all the genetic testing, and this morning they called and told us everything was normal and we're having a girl. I am elated. I didn't have a gender preference. I think all genders have their pros and cons, and children are going to be who they're going to be. I guess I'm more excited for the closure, that during a time when so much is up in the air, we have an answer to one of the biggest questions we have. I told my husband, and he was happy at first, but said he was a little disappointed because he wanted a boy. But as the day goes on, he's telling me he really wanted a boy, more intensely than he was letting on throughout the pregnancy. Like he would make little jokes about manifesting that the baby is a boy and telling people that he wants the baby to be a boy. He's reading all these articles online about gender disappointment that say what he's going through is normal, but his gender disappointment goes deep. For instance, we live in the southeastern US, and he's afraid that our daughter will get subpar healthcare. Which is a very reasonable thing to worry about, as well as what if she's LGBTQ+, and she will be mixed race white/black and will face discrimination for that too. But then he said he was afraid she will get predated upon, and I said that was a possibility with a boy too. And then he said that he feels less of a bond with our daughter because of sexist stereotypes on his part, like what if she likes clothes shopping? I hate clothes shopping, and you have to teach a girl how to be modest, and I can't teach her how to pee. I told him kids are going to like what they like. You can get a girl who likes trucks and a boy who likes to paint his nails. You can influence that to an extent, but kids are going to be who they're going to be. He also said that girls are harder to raise, and it's unfortunate timing that our 12-year-old niece that we take care of got a call home from the principal right as he was saying that. I said I don't know if girls are so much hard to raise as our niece is hard to raise. We have a small sample size, and that's just bad science. He then said that he was hoping for a boy because he wanted to be a better father to his son than his own deadbeat father was, and he was slightly insecure about his own masculinity and wanted a son to approve that he could be masculine and raise a masculine son. I said he should unpack that in therapy. He has a therapist he sees once a week on Thursdays. Have any of y'all dealt with this? I searched the subreddit, but most of the gender disappointment posts were from the pregnant people themselves, or relatives/friends' gender disappointment, but not the spouse. I like the advice that he'll feel differently when he holds her for the first time, but that's 6 months from now and I gotta live with him that whole time. I am trying to not let him ruin my day/excitement, but it's tough. Sorry for formatting issues, I'm on mobile. Update, long story short, in September, I gave birth to our daughter, and he is so in love with her, it's not even funny. Some things I think helped with his initial gender disappointment. He chose her name. Like some of you said, his therapist helped him realize that his anxiety was less about our daughter's gender itself and more about his anxiety at impending parenthood. Knowing our daughter's gender made the pregnancy real for him. He was freaking out because he knows what it's like to be a boy, but a girl is the unknown of a gender he doesn't know how to be, on top of the unknown of parenting, if that makes sense. He got over himself about his interests not being girly and therefore having nothing in common with her because she's a baby. Her interests right now are shapes, colors, and my boobs. Why it took the birth of his baby girl for him to realize this when he's been married to me, a girl who shares his interests, for 8 years, well, we will never know. My niece is still difficult to raise. But he has the sense now to realize that she, or his tumultuous relationship with his sister or his mom, is not indicative of all girls/women. I should send his therapist flowers. A point of clarification, when he said he was afraid to have a girl because he didn't like clothes shopping, that wasn't him saying women be shopping. That was him saying he doesn't know how to shop for women's clothes. Which, fair, I've been a girl for 32 years and I haven't mastered that. Where are all the pockets? All this to say, the gender disappointment issue ended up being that he ruined one day I had back in March of this year. He loves our daughter, does not resent her for not being a boy, and didn't leave me over his gender disappointment. I just want other parents experiencing this to know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you to everyone who weighed in, I felt really validated. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe.